What's your earliest memory of understanding that being a mother and being a surrogate are two different things?
I was studying to become a birth doula and attend births and support women through that. And it was something we touched on in the training. And it just immediately felt like definitely something very separate from motherhood, but a beautiful experience in and of itself.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
3 kids?
Yeah.
And after your 3rd kid, you were a surrogate?
Yes.
What were your hesitations before you decided to become a surrogate?
I was pregnant at the time that this kind of all started happening, and I just immediately knew, you know, I'm gonna finish having my family, and then I wanted to jump into it right away. There were no hesitations, it was more of just a timing thing.
You have a very supportive family, at least from what I see online. How did they react?
Super well. I think because the conversation started very early. You know, I explained it to my kids in really simple terms. You know, mom's not bringing home a baby. You're not gonna have a sibling, but we're gonna do this for Taylor and Kyle. And they were, I think kids have much bigger minds than we give them credit for.
We talked about like how your loved ones, your family, your relatives, like how they dealt with the news. But this may seem silly, but our everyday lives, they're not just fulfilled by those people that are near us. Everyone has a comment, everyone is like, oh, you're pregnant. When is it due? How did you address those kind of small talks?
I never, ever received any kind of negative comment in person, mostly just shock. And people kind of, it takes them a minute, wait. The first thing I always like to say is, oh, thank you, like, but it's not mine, it's not my baby. And that kind of stops people and they're like, wait, what? And then I explain, you know, I'm a surrogate, I'm caring for my friends, and then it starts to make sense. And people have a lot of questions from there usually too.
Nowadays, we see a lot of women choosing to use a surrogate. Not because they have a health complication, they just don't want to go through pregnancy. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's a choice, and if everybody's benefiting, that woman is going through it and doesn't have to go through the pregnancy experience for whatever reason, that's totally valid. And if there's another woman on the other side of that who says, I feel totally comfortable with that and I'd love to be your surrogate, let me do this for you, I think that's all that matters.
Prices have been going up. Why so?
Because of demand. There are a lot of people who need surrogates. And so that's what's driving the price right now. It's kind of hard to find a surrogate.
Mm-hmm. What makes a perfect intended parent?
There's no such thing. Every journey is gonna have bumps. It just will. But I think the best thing that intended parents can do is to trust their surrogate. She's here for the right reasons. She wants this baby to come into the world as healthy and wonderful as you do.
Any more surrogacies for you?
Yeah. I would love to do it again. Surrogacy was most of my life for a long time, and that was a lot of my family. I think we need a break for a bit, and I'd love to revisit it in a year or so.